Hey gang, what's going on, man? It's your man Lennox. Thanks for clicking into another vid here on the Fishing OC Deadly Tackle YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all very much, man. So we are mid-April and it is late for me to be taking my first flounder fishing trip of the year. My first serious attempt at catching flounders here in Ocean City because the weather has sucked. I'm talking capital S-U-C-K-E-D with an exclamation point on the end of it. Wind, rain, pool temperatures like in the low 50s. We had a night one time it was 32 degrees a week or so ago, one night. And that's not real conducive to me going fishing. But there are some flounder back here in the bay. Captain Jason Mumford been catching some fish down behind Assateague. That first fish was caught back on April 4th. Rick Gorsuch caught that fish in the Thorofare, and that's where I'm headed, man. So I got a little outgoing tide here. That's when it's been the best. Water temperature seems to be peaking at the outgoing tide. I got 55 degrees already, so that's plenty warm enough. And with knowing some fish have been caught, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think I might do a little trolling today. I'll show you how I do that. Put 3, maybe 4 rods out the back of the boat. Use a trolling motor or just my regular engine, just a little bump trolling, I call it. And then the tide might be at the end, and if it gets dusky enough, I might head to the Route 90 bridge and see if those stripers are still around. So thanks for clicking in to another vid, man. We're just going to show you how we do things in and around Ocean City. And if you have these fish in your area, you can do the same. We've also got charter boats and party boats and everything on our website, fishingoc.com, where if you can't do it on your own, they can take you and do it for you. Haven't done it already, hit that subscribe button. Got any questions, ask those below. All right, let's get it. Flounder fishing. First time in 2025. Let's go. Y'all, short little run for me from Pines Point over here to the Thorofare, and I'm going to be fishing this spot that we call the Old Channel. It's a channel that runs from down south there by Captain's Hill all the way up here toward the St. Martin's River. It gets shallow enough where you're going to run aground on a low tide up there toward the north part of it, but all through here it goes anywhere from sandbar down to about 20 feet at the mouth of it down there by the channel, right next to Captain's Hill. So I'm up in the shallow part of the bay. I'm gonna fish probably starting in 5 or 6 feet, maybe even shallower than that. 3 feet is not out of the question. I'll go down to about 10 or 12 and see if I catch anything in that stretch. And if not, I might go a little bit deeper than that, or I'll move over to the west side of the Thorofare and try it there. But let's go ahead and get set up, get this thing going. All right, guys, I am getting set up here, and I am going to put 4 rods out the back of the boat. I'm going to go with the old JPR Custom. That one's all set up, ready to go. White Deadly Double on there. I'm going to go with 3 other ones are going to be Deadly Tackle, 7-foot curly Q rods. I'm going pink Deadly Double on 1. Orange Deadly Double on 1, and Chartreuse Deadly Double on 1. The ones that I put further away from the boat, I'm going to put 2-ounce sinkers on, and then the close ones I'm going to put 5-ounce sinkers on. That way I can keep them nice and tight, and the weight will be plenty to get down there and keep the bait on the bottom. On these, I'm going to put a combination of different color gulps. I'll put shiners on some of the gulps. I'll put 5-inch gulps on some of the bottoms, and then I'm going to see what these fish like, if I catch a fish. I'm going to see what they lean toward, whether it's chartreuse or orange or pink on the gulp, whether it's white, if it's got a shiner behind it. Figure those things out, and then if you catch a couple of fish in any particular way, you switch things up to match that so you optimize your catchability. Got a really nice afternoon. Wind's supposed to lie out this afternoon. Water's plenty clean. It's plenty warm too. We got 55 degrees on the old Garmin depth machine, and there's only a couple boats out here, but I think they've got the same idea. Get the last part of this outgoing tide and see if we can catch a couple flounders. Let's go. All right, getting number 1 set up here, and I'm going to use the JPR. It's a little bit sturdier, so I'm going to put one of the 5-ounce sinkers. Actually, I'm going to go with a 4-ounce sinker because current's kind of light. This should be plenty. I'm going to put a 4-ounce sinker on here. And then on the bottom hook, I'm gonna go 5-inch gulp with nothing else. Go right through the nose, out the top of the body. Bingo, bango, ready to rock. And then on the top hook, I'm also gonna go white gulp. And I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go 4-inch white on the top. And I'm gonna leave it naked as well. And then that one is going to be basically 10 feet off the back of the boat. And it's going to go in my rod holder that's going to have it out to the side. Let's go. We're fishing. All right, combo number 2, I'm going with the pink deadly double, and I'm also, it's a little bit heavier, so I'm going to put a 4-ounce sinker on that one as well, keep it close to the boat. Bottom hook, I'm going to go 4-inch gulp. Let's go with an orange. Same thing, guys, through the nose, out the top of the body, leaving plenty of gap on that hook so you can keep that bait toward the bottom and that fish can get on there. And on this one, I'm going to put a couple of shiners. Got these nice looking shiners right there at Pines Point Provisions, where I keep my boat, nice and big. And those are real easy too, right through the eyes. I like to use 2. So that's it. I'm going that on the bottom hook, and up top, I'm going to do just 2 shiners. 2 shiners on the pink deadly double. And the pink deadly double caught the first flounder of the year this season. Rick Gorsuch was out here on April 4th using a pink deadly double and caught the first fish of the year. Nice one too, 18 inches I think it was. And it was the first official fish of the season once again on the deadly double, baby. All right, let's get 2 more set up. We're fishing even more. Next up, orange deadly double. This one I'm going to go with a 2-ounce sinker because this and the last one are going to be more out of the center of the spread. So I'll have 2 rods going out to the side, 2 rods going straight down the back. I'll stagger these 2, one further away from the boat, one a little bit closer. And then once I get them all out there, I'll be able to bump the engine in and out of gear or trim the motor up and kind of slowly troll around this area. Or if I felt like it, I can drop that trolling motor in the water, put it on maybe, I don't know, 0.75 knots, 1 knot, something like that, depending on the wind, and keep everything spread out back there and wait for my bite. But the wind and the tide are both going the same direction today, so I might not need to do that. I might be able to just go down tide, downwind, and use a little bit of the engine to keep me facing the same direction. So on this one, we're going to go orange deadly double, and then we're going to let luck of the draw, baby. Let's go ahead and reach in and pull out a white gulp, 4-inch. Goes on the bottom hook. A couple of shiners. Yeah, baby. And then up top, let's go chartreuse gulp. And 1 big shiner. There we go. All right, now this one's going to go out straight out the back. Give it a little cast so that way I know I'm outside of the range of these 2. There we go. And that one's going to go on the starboard port side of the boat. And then last but certainly not least, setup number 4. Chartreuse deadly double, the rig that started it all. All right, chartreuse deadly double is also going to get a 2-ounce sinker because it's going to be straight out the back of the boat. And then if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. Chartreuse, I'm going to go with the white 5-inch gulp on the bottom. That's just a really good combo. Kristen and I caught the first flounder of the season. That's what we did it with. Last year, 2024, same thing. The white 5-inch gulp on a chartreuse deadly double is a really good combo. And then up top, let's go random again. All right, we got orange gulp with chartreuse. And on that one, we'll put a shiner. Let's go. And that's going on the starboard side of the boat. So give it a little flip. Make sure it's outside of the rest of them. Get it in the rod holder. And let's get a bite. What have I been fishing, guys? 35 seconds? Let's go, baby! Let's go! 35 seconds in and white on white does the ticket. First flounder of the season, man. And I don't even know if you can hear me with the wind, but first fish of the season happens 35 seconds into my first move. And I'm not even in the spot I want to be fishing. I dropped into like 15 feet of water while I was getting these all set up and talking to you guys. And there he is. Paralichthys dentatus, baby. White on white, white gulp, white deadly double. That fish is not going to make the 16-inch limit, but off to a great start. Yeah, baby, let's go. All right, yeah, this fish is only about 14.5 inches, but first one of the season. Thanks, brother. All right, let me go. Spin around. All right, quick adjustment. The wind's blowing pretty good, way more than they said it was going to be. It said like 5 knots, 6 knots by this afternoon, and it's a little bit more than that. It's probably 10, maybe 12. But it's enough where it's complicating my troll back here in the back of the boat. So I'm just gonna go to drift. I'm gonna take one rod out of the rotation. I'll have one back in here in the rod holder. I'll hold one, I'll put one in the front rod holder, and now I can adjust myself and keep everything nice and spread out on the side of the boat. And the wind and the tide are pushing me plenty fast enough to get a bite. So I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit and get back to fishing. Water's plenty clean. Give you a little update too on the stats. We are starting in 5 feet of water. I am at 52.97 degrees, which is great. And we're gonna go right down this old channel here, all the way down to that 20 feet of water. It's gonna be a nice long drift. I'll keep us in, 6 to 7, then I'll move over to 8 to 10. And then by the end of it, I'll be in 15 or 20. That first fish came from pretty deep water. It was about 14 feet or so deep. And that was just getting set up. So we're gonna switch tactics, go to the drift now, see what we do. And just that quick and easy, I'm all set up drifting now. I'm gonna hold on to this one. This is the one with 2 ounces of lead on it, so I can keep it away from the boat. These two have a little bit more lead than that on them. You can see once in a while you get snagged on the bottom. Just don't be, when you're looking for a jerk, you're looking for boom, boom. That's slow drag like that. That's just sitting on the bottom. So this will give me an opportunity to keep everything spread out. I can bump the engine in and out of gear, making it go toward the sandbar, keeping it away from the sandbar over to the east, and hope for the best, but all set up, ready to roll. All right, this rod back here is staying over long enough where something might be taking a look at it. It might be bottom, but the rod tip just looks different, so I'm gonna check it. Yeah, I think that's a fish. Gotcha. We're gonna spot check him. Yeah, buddy. I knew something was up with that. I knew something was going on with that rod tip. When that rod tip goes over and it doesn't quite look like it did when you were just drifting along. It was just staying over just enough. I didn't see any bite. I didn't see any shaking. All I saw was the rod tip just stay over just a little bit longer than I was used to seeing when it was just drifting around. And sure enough, this fish was on there. Not quite as big as I thought, but the fish in the shallow water, we're only in 6 feet of water, they got a tendency to feel bigger than they really are. What'd he eat? He went just pink on, oh my Lord. This fish ate 2 baits. So he came up and ate my shiners on the front hook, and he ate the bottom hook with a pink gulp on it. So I'm gonna get him off the hook, and we'll drop it back down there. But another throwback, 2 throwbacks, but 2 fish, pretty awesome. Yeah, that bro was hungry, son. I let that sit down there long enough that he ate both of my deadly doubles baits. Bottom one, orange gulp. This was on the pink. Pink's been pretty fly this spring so far. They're eating grass shrimp this time of year, so pink's a great color. And then he came up and ate the one with the naked shiner on it. So that fish was hungry. And what do? You put a new bait on and you drop it down the bottom again. Let's go. False alarm. Let's check. Yeah, it's a false alarm. But better to check it than not know. A couple more drifts since that second fish, and one other bite. But other than that, that's it. So this tide is just getting to the end of the outgoing, so I want to try and catch the end of the outgoing, first part of that incoming up there at the Route 90 bridge, and throw some plastics up there to thingamajig, see if I can't catch a rockfish. So if I catch two throwback flounders and a rockfish or 2, I'm out. Nice afternoon on the bay. That's it. Final drift. No fishes. So I'm gonna head up there to Route 90, see if I can't catch a rockfish before it gets dark. I got lights on the boat, no worries there, but I got no light for the camera. All cleaned up from flounder fishing. Let's head to Route 90. Man, made it up here to Route 90. Got the thingamajig ready to roll. I got about a half hour of sunlight left, so I'm either going to catch 1 rockfish, 2 if I got to do it in 20 minutes, or I'm out of here when that sun sets. So let's see what we can do. Oh, there we go. Got it. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Whoa! Barely. Barely had that little dude hooked. Yeah, there we go. All right, 2 throwback flounder, at least 1 throwback rockfish. I'll give it another 10 minutes or so, but mission accomplished, buddy. There we go. Go, baby. Yeah, that's right. All right, man, that's it. Time to hit the skids. Flip the running lights on, won't need them on for long. Be back to the dock in about 8 minutes after a pretty awesome afternoon. Couple of throwback flounder there in the Thorofare. Come up here Route 90, catch 2 rockfish, throw them back in real short time, about 20 minutes. And I think I can still wear my sunglasses all the way back. Beautiful evening here. Wind blew a little bit harder than they expected it to, but it's dropped out now beautifully. And I think this Route 90 bridge is gonna light up when that tide starts coming in. They flip those lights on the bridge on, tide starts coming in. I bet this spot tonight's gonna be red hot. Guys, if you haven't done it already, hit that subscribe button. Any questions, man, ask those down below. We answer pretty much everything. And don't forget the social media. iFishingOC on Instagram, FishingOC on Facebook, deadly-tackle.com for all the gear, including the Roy rig and the thingamajigs soon. All of our deadly doubles and that kind of stuff, tog jigs, all on the website, deadly-tackle.com. Nightly fishing report at fishinoc.com. See you next vid. Oh, and the lights on cue, baby.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's